What's going on? It's PJ Candido, CandidoSports.com. This is our first episode of In the Trenches, where we're going to look at the most successful teams in the NFL running the football. But instead of looking so much at the running back, we're going to look up front at the offensive line. And those are the guys who really create the holes and get these guys going. With me today is Max Ruiz, the offensive line coach for Seton Hall Prep Football. He's going to be the one breaking down the offensive line. Max, what's going on?
How you doing, PJ? Good to be here.
Good. So basically, like I said, we're going to look at the top 3 teams through 4 weeks so far in the NFL season. That's the Cleveland Browns, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New England Patriots so far. And we start with the Cleveland Browns, who are 0-4, but are running the football really well. They have 149.2 rushing yards per game, and a lot of that is because Isaiah Crowell, he's only averaging about 15 carries per game, but he has 394 yards on only 61 carries. He's averaging 6.5 a carry, which is the most average in the league by far, with a minimum of 20 carries. So, Max, how are they getting it done up front in Cleveland?
Yeah, this year, Cleveland coming into the season, they've had a big loss in center Alex Mack. He left. He was an all-pro guy. But they still have all-pro tackle Joe Thomas holding it down on the left side. But if you take a look at some of the clips we're about to show, they've been really successful with the power schemes, getting a lot of guys pulling out in space. So we'll give you a look at that.
So let's take a look at a few of these plays from the Cleveland Browns last week. They were very successful running the ball against the Redskins, and we'll have Max break it down.
As you see here, we have a gap down scheme by everyone up front, the 2 pullers in space. Running back does a great job here fighting for extra yards. Again, you'll see everyone goes to the right, the 2 pullers around. Everybody's got a hat on hat. People are blocking downfield. It's a really nice play. Here we just got your old school power to the right. We got a great deuce block or combo block by our right guard and right tackle. Left guard leading around. The running back, he just finds the hole.
Corral set hefty expectations for himself this season. He said he wanted to rush for 1,000 yards. He's certainly on pace to do that. Speaking of expectations, they couldn't be higher in Dallas. They drafted Ezekiel Elliott at number 4 in the 2016 draft. He got off to a slow start, but he's finally getting going behind that offensive line.
Yeah, no doubt, PJ. Expectations couldn't be higher in Dallas right now with Zeke coming in. And obviously behind that O-line, anchored by Travis Frederick at center. You got Martin. Although Tyron Smith and La'el Collins are hurt, they're still looking good.
They are still looking good. Chaz Green and Ron Leary have stepped in for those guys, and they're 149 yards per game. They're second in the entire NFL behind the Browns by just 0.2 yards. So let's take a closer look at some of these plays, specifically from the Niners game, where Zeke definitely had his best game.
Here we got Dallas with their outside zone scheme. Notice how everybody's stepping the same way. We got bodies up to the second level. Again, Zeke just takes off. Here we got another look at the same play. Notice how everyone on the left side of the line, they force him wide, and Zeke with a great cutback there. It's all about finding the hole, getting the defense to move. Here we got another look at the Dallas outside zone scheme to the right. The guards do a great job getting up to the second level on this. Again, Zeke, a great run, great finish.
The Cowboys have managed a 3-1 record without Tony Romo at quarterback. Dak Prescott's played well, but Ezekiel Elliott and that offensive line is a big reason why they're 3-1. Over in New England, they're the 3rd most successful team running the football this year. Tom Brady's out for them, and they are 3-1 also. So how have they gotten it done?
Yeah, with Tom Brady out, they've been having to pick up the run game. So LeGarrette Blount and the guys up front, they've been having to get it done.
And LeGarrette Blount certainly has gotten it done. He's 3rd in the league rushing himself. He has 352 rushing yards on 88 carries with 4 touchdowns. Before last week's loss to Buffalo 16-0, the Patriots really have played well offensively. So let's take a look at some of those early games, and specifically Blount and that offensive line.
Here we take a look at the Patriots' inside run scheme. Notice how we got combos across the board, and then we get a chip up to the linebacker. Again, watch the guard, center, right guard, right tackle, great combos, and they just get enough. They just get off in time, and Blount slips a tackle, gets up for about 9. Here we got another inside zone run from the Patriots. Up front, we do a great job of playing with our eyes, picking up the blitz. And again, Blount running hard with great vision. Notice on the right here, Gronkowski blocks out, and then the receiver comes in. That's a pin-pull technique, probably brought in by O-line coach Dante Scarnizia. Pats are doing a great job.
That wraps it up for our first episode of In the Trenches. We should be back on a weekly basis to look at the best performances of that week in terms of rushing, and Max will be back to break down that offensive line.